welcome back to Upfront. How are you?
Hey, I'm so excited to see you, Ray.
I know. I almost feel like we need to do that
I know.
because it's been
I
such a long
know.
time with the quarantine and having to be shut in and all that good stuff. So good to have you back on the show. You look well.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to keep my quarantine stuff together because, I don't want to look a hot mess when this is all over because I've been eating crazy. So I had to start working out and, got my quarantine hair and everything. So, yeah.
So you have been working with AAFCA, the African American Film Critics Association, and they've been really helpful during this shut-in to suggest TV and film series and documentaries that audiences can watch as we're quarantined and shut in and trying to stay away from coronavirus. And we've got you on this week to talk about some of the latest offerings. So what are some really good shows and movies that we should check out this week?
Okay, well, definitely on Netflix. I have my list here.
Okay.
On Netflix, I would definitely say check out Black Lightning. If you have not seen that, of
Absolutely.
course, we know the wonderful Miss Mara Barker Keel is the leader of the pack over there. There's also Snowfall. If you have not caught up on Snowfall yet.
Love that series. Love it.
Awesome story. And Snowfall is on Hulu. That's not on Netflix. That's on Hulu. And Black Lightning is on Prime. There's also some others. But one of the main ones I'm really into right now. I've watched 2 documentaries because I'm a documentary buff. So I love the Miles Davis story and the Nina Simone story. I had never seen both of those on Netflix. So I'm like, okay, I need to catch up. And I was so captivated by both of their stories.
Yeah, well, you know what? So April is Jazz Appreciation Month, so we got to talk about that. I am a huge Nina Simone fan, and the movie "What Happened, Miss Simone," I thought was I remember watching it some years ago, and I'll say this: it came out a few years back, but I think it will be a great time to revisit the film because she is just such this iconic singer. She was an activist. And I think because we're now living in the time of the Black woman, this would be an amazing time to revisit her story.
Absolutely. It came out in 2015 on Netflix. And I know the first time I even heard the name Nina Simone was in a lyric by Miss Lauryn Hill and Fugees, defecating on your microphone like I'm Nina Simone. I was like, well, who is Nina Simone? So that was way back in the 90s. So that initially piqued my interest. And ever since then, I never really knew her full story. I would hear, bits and pieces. But after watching it, I fully understand her contribution to the culture, to music, how her family life, her mental health, how everything just played a part in who we all know and love as Nina Simone.
Yeah, and I think so many people have used, I believe it's a quote from her that talks about your art should be reflective of the times. Your art should reflect what is going on in culture at that time, and to not just be just a musical artist, but to really be someone that is in touch with what's happening in the culture, what's happening in politics, what's happening in society, what's happening, in the arts, what's happening in politics, all of those things, being a well-rounded person and allowing that to come through your art, whatever that is, whether it be song, whether it be dance, whether it be poetry or art itself. So love that. Love, again, I've got my display of my albums on the wall, but this,
and I love it.
to talk about because it is Jazz Appreciation Month, and I loved that movie. So the Clark Sisters movie, 2.7 million people tuned into this amazing biopic. It has been 4 years since Lifetime has had a high rating movie, and this is it. That story has just really done it and has really, I would say, thrust the sisters back into the spotlight. So what did you enjoy about the film?
Yeah, oh my God, what didn't I love? First of all, it was way better than I thought. Let me just preface that and just put my own self out there. It was way better than what I initially thought. I actually had a time to interview Ms. Dorinda Clark Cole on the red carpet at the Dove Awards, and so she was kind of giving me bits and pieces of it. But I really love how the whole world is able to see how they shape music, period. Whether R&B, gospel, pop, everybody's favorite singer right now is one of the Clark sisters. They try to mimic them, whether it's Beyonce, Jasmine Sullivan, all of those. But we really were able to see where their creativity came from. We saw how Dr. Maddie Moss Clark did not play. She ain't got nothing. Listen, Joe Jackson ain't got nothing on Dr. Maddie Moss Clark now.
Let me throw my shoe.
Was like, what? I said, in the choir stand though, in the choir stand. Listen, she was not playing with the people. She was not playing about her girls. They wanted to work in excellence, but we were able to see so many things that go on, whether you're in church or whether you're in the regular secular corporate world or whatever, how sexism plays a huge part. That's one of the things that really did not sit well with me, how many of the men did not want the women to succeed and grow because it would make them feel small. So that was one of the huge things that stood out to me about why. But you know what I loved about her is that she didn't quit. Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. She left a toxic situation. She moved on in excellence, and she made her girls like make history.
Yeah.
They made history. So I loved it.
Yeah, Kim, there we go. You're back. Okay. No, I totally loved it. I love the music. Anjanou Ellis was amazing as Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. Kiara Sheard was amazing as her mother. Yes. And loved all of the other actresses. Another another series that is coming back to television is Greenleaf. Hey, Owen's original series. And it's coming back in June. How excited are you for the return of that series as well?
Yeah, I'm excited about that because anything that's faith-based and that's winning in the ratings, I'm all for it. Because at one time we didn't have that space. But now we do have that space and we are owning it and taking over like what? So the storylines are great. The acting is amazing. Lynn Whitfield is always iconic in everything that she does. So yeah, I'm glad to see the people are still, sometimes they see themselves in the storylines and what's going on. So I love it. What's one of the things you love the most about Greenleaf?
Well, I think that Greenleaf really peels back all the different layers that we think that we know about church politics, church business, the families that are behind a lot of these powerful ministries. And I think that what we find is that we're all human. We all, as the word says, all fall short of the glory of God. So we all have our, whatever that thing is. I think that a lot of times we get this jaded idea of what we think that is supposed to be. And I think what Greenleaf has done is it's given us a different view, a different perspective of not only those that are serving, but those that are being served as well. How it affects their communities and the actions that one may have or that one may partake in, and how that may affect their family. I love that this is ushered in more, like you said, faith-based storylines and stories that tell different perspectives of faith and how people believe. Yeah. So, well, Kim, thank you so much for being a guest today on Upfront. You stay safe, and thank you and AAFCA for providing these amazing titles and suggestions for us to partake in as we continue to stay safe and stay in during this coronavirus storm. What's next for you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, what's next? Right now, I'm currently writing my first book, so I'm so excited about that. So I let go of Jubilee Mag. I definitely learned a lesson when it's time to pivot in your career. So this is a small pivot, So I'm releasing my first book. I did a TED Talk at Emory, and I'm excited for TED Talk to finally release it. I don't know when.
Okay.
They said early. So
I think we lost you there. Hold up. I think you're coming back.
So I finished I did my TED Talk at Emory University, and it was amazing. So TED Talk will release it hopefully early this summer. They said they will, but it parallels the book that will be coming out called It's Never Too Late, because hey, it's never too late for any of our dreams, especially after this pandemic. Whatever we go through that we lose, it's never too late to regain it and start again. So make sure you follow me at I am Kim Ford to find out all details about that.
All right. Well, Kim, again, thank you for being a guest today, and stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side of this corona storm.
Oh, Will, and thank you again, Ray, for all you do. The AAFCA team absolutely loves you. We're all about the arts and, importance groundbreaking storytelling. So thank you, Ray.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.